Hello everyone, this is Cookies. I've got turn 49 of this second round tournament game. I do have a couple of messages. The rating continues to bite. I've lost several good provinces to yes. However, this turn I should start taking them back. We'll finally see how Ulm stack up against Morvark Knights. At least I know they do well against Morvarks. That's true. More importantly is the situation at the Throne of Gaia. Yes has saved Jotunheim, as I thought I might have to. I am teleporting the best units from the fort between Nabha and Jotunheim to the Throne of Gaia. Okay, so we've got a gateway. This turn, however, I am doing an earthquake play. I don't expect to kill any of the claymen. The goal is to break that extremely large Dryad core, or Druid core, the Kurnow ones. They have so many that I can surprise them next turn when they storm the fort with the gatewayed army. I am hoping that Yes thinks I have abandoned the throne after evacuating my good troops from there. I am sadly basically abandoning the Nabha front to Jotunheim and Yes for the moment. I'm not sure if that second... This is where I think I would try and bring in Machaka and be like, hey, do you want some of this Nabha region? I just need you to kill Jotunheim. And maybe you try to enlist a little bit of help so that you can make gains on other fronts that could be more profitable. And then Machaka is a nice counterweight to both Yes and Pythium. And I think pretty unlikely to fight Agartha, but I think they make good natural allies. I'm not sure if that second Clayman army is actually going there or going to siege my other throne. Either way, I'm satisfied for the moment. My strategic goal is not to go immediately for the throne, but to give them a bloody nose near my capital and then counter-invade into the ocean. One big victory on either front should open the way for me. Bringing Yes, or besieging Yes, would stop his recruitment of his most dangerous leaders and units, but the real prize would be Oceania. A 300 HP fort and a ton of gems are in Oceania's half of the ocean. Against Jotunheim, my plan is to stall through maneuver and hope I can either win a raiding war or punish him if he splits his army. I also want to prevent his two armies at Nabha and Jotunheim from recombining, as they would be much more dangerous together. If he pokes his head out of the capitals, he becomes vulnerable. I'm very happy I've been able to shut down production at Jotunheim for 3 turns now, and we'll keep threatening to do so again. Alright, and then Yes. Sappers are up, but no CP gains available for my fortresses. And can't justify the gold on increasing throne wall strength at this juncture. Jotun continues to be in complete denial, but he is at least occupying several hundred Agarthan troops, so appreciated. I believe that I've painted a compelling enough picture of Agartha's strength to Machaka, such that he won't double move his spider stack from his cap to knock me off of Agartha's border throne. In spite of his first war intransigence and generally low level of involvement in this game, he seems a decent sort. I do expect he will attempt a land grab against Pythium in the near future, which fine. If he succeeds, he'll weaken one of the stronger players. If he fails miserably, I'll grab more land with income. Machaka's also been one of two, I imagine, with Shinigama being the other half, the main suppliers of water gems to Agartha. Trading is a way in exchange for nature. I'm diverting that well by filling some of Machaka's gem needs, but was happy to hear what Agartha was trading away. Mother Oak is still available on turn 48. I imagine Agartha is planning to put that up with his unprotected Tree Lord. I don't think a min cast is the play here, so I'll either put it up with a decent overcast this turn or next, or cut down a tree first. Okay, so he's planning on killing the Tree Lord. Alright, and we've got a fair number of battles here. We do see Machaka action against Pythium, so we'll have to see if it's major or not. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It seemed like Pythium was like maybe he's seen easy gains against Pythium, potentially, especially when Pythium's at their weak point. Maybe there's still some resentment over their initial bumps. But I still think going after the Nabaa region was probably the least risk for the most gain. And then he probably still could have swung into the Pythium region, but we'll see. All right, so we got last step swamp here. Machaka rolling out a golem right off the bat. There we go. So this guy's got a snake bladder stick. Is susceptible to cold, which could be bad against Pythium, which has a fair amount of cold magic, or water magic. But otherwise, just looks like a pretty basic defensive thug chassis. I like mixing in fire shield via the charcoal shield. That's kind of fun. And then getting poison damage on this guy. It's not what you would expect. So kind of mixing in three different threat vectors. You have the astral shield to stun people, the poison to kill them, and the fire shield to kill those that don't get stunned. So pretty cool. All right, in Oryxstad, got the Agartha army here. Nobody's home. Okay. So you can see the army here. In Renthal, this looks like the earthquake trap. Generally speaking, for an earthquake trap, I like to see like 3 or 4 earthquakes. It looks like we're going to see 2. I like the rings of levitation and earth boots. This guy doesn't have it, but they should still cast. And this should also gem bait as well, which can be nice for emptying these gem banks. We got a couple of pearls up here. These are the Agartha mages, and then some nature, glamour, and astral. Do we get another? Okay, they're scripted to retreat. So that one leaves. This guy's still fatigued out, but he's got flying shoes. That's why he didn't have the ring. I was just blind and didn't see them. He does need to wake up soon and get his retreat on, though. For he also gets soul slayed. There we go. That's a pretty well done trap. Might have tested that. So let's see. It loses the Great Hawk, which is sad. Does the Black Hawks don't really matter. 10 defenders doesn't really matter. It does kill 7 of the Kurnow Druids. I think he was probably hoping for more. Guts the Marrow Militia group the most and does kill a sorceress. We can see if the sorceress was holding anything, perhaps. And then the other thing we can check is how badly it gem baited. Oh. Did I already miss her dying? Dang it. I forget. Okay. Okay, she just had a pearl. That's fine. Alright, so let's see the gems. I didn't spend that many. Okay. But yeah, definitely got a lot of value. Seven Kurnow druids is definitely a lot. I think he was probably hoping for more though. And I think he might have needed 4 earthquakes to maybe get there. Where you kill a bunch of them. Alright. So that's the trap. And then in Kami, that's right, it wasn't cracked, so we won't get an attempted assault by Yis this turn. Bakemono Sork. That's why sometimes players wait until the fort is cracked, and then they spring traps like that. And that's so all the scripting gets screwed up, and then they try to storm, and they fail the storm, and even more of them die. Alright. Earth Sword Desert. Just a bunch of troops. Couple of Glamour Mage assassins leading the Spider Warriors. I think I would be doing... I think they can... Can't a Glamour 1-point buff luck? I would think that would be a little bit better buff. But maybe he doesn't have the magic for it. Over Blur? I think I'd rather have luck. Oh, all the way back. Okay. Now, these guys do have 19 protection, so they're pretty well protected. Okay. Loses 15 Ichthids, 3 Spider Warriors, kills a Shaman. Then in Rainy Glen, we've got a Giga doing whatever she does. Looks like they do just fine. Oh, I think she was point buffing the Drogs. We've seen that before. All right. Then in Isepni, got like a little buff ball here. This time with more Varks. However, we do have Shard Guard here. We've got some heavy infantry to take the initial charge. Then we've got a group of Olms. Now, there are some pretty special Morvarks here. We've got 5 GSS Thugs. This one's heroic, so increased strength. So hits for 40 damage on 20 attack. This one has increased protection, so is up at 20 prot versus 16 normally. This one has heroic toughness, so is up at 44 hit points. This one also has heroic toughness, is at 38 hit points versus 18. And then this one is not heroic. So let's go ahead and see. It's killing all these heroic Morvarks would be a huge boon for Agartha. And I think he's got a good chance to do it here. So let's see. A lot of the point buffers have been stunned. His inventory will get here someday. Alright, one of the Morvarks charges forward. Generally slaughtering the light infantry. This is one of the heroic toughness ones. Yeah, Agartha in particular is suited to killing elves. So even when they're this tough. Ooh, but if he kills the Oracle of the Ancients, that would be a huge get. We got weapons of sharpness too. Not on all of them though. Maybe just the one guy. That Oracle goes down. It's a huge kill. Shard Guard not doing a great job pivoting. Now the Golem Crafter goes down. Tough skin. So, Scathach? She's going absolutely ham in the back line. This is a heroic effort. Shardguard are proving to be extremely difficult to deal with their very high attack skill bless, where most of them hit at 18 for 36 damage. I mean, they have to harass down some of these Morvarks who are at 25 defense, but the armored Morvarks, the actual mount, is only at 20 defense, so they will definitely occasionally hit them. So the Sigartha Bless really coming in clutch for this particular matchup. And then, yeah, and then Blood Surge helps too. Do we get to see one of the Blood Surged ones? Yeah, this guy's got Blood Surge. Oh, but crippled, -4 attack. But you can see how high it would be. Alright, she finally gets scared. A hero with battle fright. She did a great job, though. And Agartha is routed. So the Morvarks have routed, but the armies of Agartha have routed. So it's these ogres and Kurnow druids that will hold the field. We're going to add a few soul slays onto things as they try to leave. So that was a little bit of a bloodbath. In total, 4 Morgan champions die. We saw the one that got away. 1 Kurnow druid dies. Half the Kurnow cavalry. 7 Morvark knights. On the flip side, does kill an Oracle of the Ancients. That's a 540 gold mage, which also doesn't quite, but helps take the sting off losing at least 2 of the Morgan champions. Does score a couple of kills on Golem Crafters too. That helps even things out a little bit. Kills 7 of the Shard Guard there, 45 gold each, 13 Great Olms. They are summoned. But yeah, definitely a bloody battle. Only good for other players in some ways. Then we've got a fight in Undermountain. Got another Morgan champion. Ought to win this one though. I don't see that one being competitive. Then in Witch Haven, this is a lot of Shade Beasts. Oh, this is fun. So this guy used this Shade Mail, and he's a Death Mage, so he's able to lead all these Shade Beasts, and Shade Beasts are naturally stealthy. So the Sorcerer with a Skull Staff to be Death 2, so you can Skelly spam. Has Boots of the Messengers for moving a little bit further, so you can lead the Shade Beasts, which have very high map move. Probably doing a very deep stealth raid. In addition, it helps with the Skelly spam, and has an Amulet of Anti-Magic just to try and prevent getting Soul Slayed and losing command of all this stuff. But these guys are not mindless. So very clever kind of like raid construction. It'd be kind of cool if you could keep the soulless. But as long as there's like PD mechanics and wall mechanics and uh, battle summons, then it'd be kind of OP. But if everything were permanent units that you had to pay for it, that'd be really cool if soulless like that could stick around. All right, so that's here. Then in Scarce Hope Waste, we've seen this raiding party before. They'll do fine. Okay. Sorry, I had to step away briefly. All right, so I think we just looked at this one. Next up, Sacred Lake. Let's go ahead and jump in. Another Morgan. That should go fine. Then in Feral Woods, have a scout here pinging this army. Just a basic little Pythium mage supported, I guess, like heavy raid almost. Where are we? I think here. The scout gets stolen. All right, then in Tiradir. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Machaka matchup into Pythium, but we'll see how it goes. I think there's things Machaka can do to try and turn it back in their favor, but the prospect of having all your big spiders stolen by Pythium sounds terrible. Ooh, this is Gulveig the Undying, so this is a hero with immortality. I think gonna do some Howl, maybe? I think she's set up to do Howl. Or maybe Swarm, but didn't trigger gem usage. Alright. Then in Usrad, little band of Eddie. They should get cleared by these barbs, though. Yeah. In Midland, whole bunch of Draconians. They'll clear this PD. Then in the below, another little Jotunheim raid. This is a lot of Bakamona, though. I think Jotunheim bounces off of this, too. Alright. Then in Midland. Oh, we saw that. What was it? That was the below. Alright, in Ancirna. Alright, we got a little shiny raid. This is the whole flippin' army, though. Did we miss on it? Alright, there's a Harbinger here. It looks like stuff combined. This is a lot of Theurgs. Heavy mage support. Alright. There is a Bakemono Sorcerer. Did it gem burn? Yeah, this guy's got a few gems. So this is more than enough to gem burn. Twiceborn, though, is a little sketch, because Pythium's been stealing this stuff. So yeah, Light of the Northern Star is going to go off. We've got Storm. I think we got the... maybe Doom? No. I'm trying to figure out what the pink flash was. Howl? But this guy's... ooh, he's bounced. So did he live? Yeah, he lived. Alright, so he gym baited and ran. That's solid. He didn't kill anything, but yeah, just gem baiting that army has some value. In Great Barrier. Alright, we've got the Agartha army. Okay, here we go. This is going to be our main battle for the turn, I think. So we've got the Agartha army. We've got the Yes army. Now we've seen this Yes army before. It's been earthquaked. So this is what's left of it. Ooh, this is an Agartha golem. We've got a released sage showing up for this one. Whole bunch of new stuff. We got an Adept of the Iron Order. A few Umbrals. A lot of heavy infantry chaff. These guys are just to buy time. They're probably going to struggle to kill more Varks. The Shard Guards should, though. And then, yeah, Olm Sage, Golem Crafter, Golem Crafter. Not a lot of gems. So we've got all these glamour gems from Yes. First 6. We do have some earth gems from Agartha, along with some pearls. Yes, also has a glamour pearls here, so maybe this is anti-magic or something like that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and let it play out, see how it goes. Wait, before this lands, hold on. I just want to see, because that looked like it landed in the Mage Core. Alright, he killed one Yessian Druid. So right as it looked like Yes was about to win this one, it looks like Yes lost. Most of the Agartha army has also fled, though. This will work for the purposes of resetting the siege, though. We still have a couple of knights running around. Oh, this one got stolen, that's why. Okay. Alright, before this ends, let's go ahead and take a look at the tally, so to speak. So we saw this druid die. Most of the other mage losses across the board are pretty low. We did have an Oracle of the Ancients go down for Agartha. couple of the Olm Sages got killed. The Durand, who's a merc captain, got killed. Losing these two chieftains doesn't matter. Does lose two of the Morgan champions, but not that many. You know, all things considered. You know, a lot of these have a lot of experience stars. This one's heroic. This one's heroic. We can take a look maybe at the Hall of Fame, see which ones have died and which ones haven't. Another thing that I thought was interesting about this battle was Yes, who is known for gifts from heaven, because they've got the pass for it, was the one receiving the gifts from heaven spam from Agartha. You know, because they've got, you know, these adepts of the Iron Order that also have the same paths. Now, let's go ahead and see what people cast. You know, so we got Soldiers of Steel, Temper Armors, Spell Ward, Power of the Sphere, some Enslaved Mind spam, Gift of Giant Strength, Group Iron Skin, Blessing, Luck, Protection from Cold, Displaced Body, and Quicken Self. It seems to be the Morgan Champion script. Olm Sages, we're doing some quickness, and then Frozen Heart spam. Oracles did... Well, this looks like... I'm not sure. Maybe I missed some of the stuff up here, but we've got some Group Iron Skin. And some Steel Slice Warriors, Mobs of the Earth. Yeah, Gifts from Heaven. Okay. Iron Will, Quickness, Gift of Cheated Fate, Enlarge. The Yessian Druids were definitely doing a lot of work still. Yeah, I guess the Yessian Druids are a little bit different than the Kurnow Druids. I guess a lot of the Kurnow Druids died in the last engagement. So now it's just Yessian Druids. Some of them have the Gifts from Heaven paths, but not all of them. Like, you can end up with this guy. Alright. So what's the damage for this? And then where... I think we're past ends here now. Was it Gray Barrier? There we go. So 3 mages go down. Some Mammoth Kids. Loses most of the Shard Guard. That does hurt. Loses the Umbrals, also hurts. Pale One Soldiers are imminently replaceable. They're 9 gold each. That doesn't matter as much. They are chaff. The Magma Kids you generally expect to die. They're glass cannons, so some of them living is a nice bonus. Defenders of the Hull are a little bit more expensive chaff. But still their job is just to hold the line. Looks like they did that. Bakemono died. Does clear out all the cavemen. They're mindless. They can't retreat. Kills a few of the Yes mages. Probably was wishing he killed more. Does get 6 of the Morvark Knights as well. Yes loses pretty much all their siege chaff, but not a lot of the quality. They lost a little bit of the quality, but not a lot. So, but they'll have to get new chaff if they want to fight Agartha due to all the Olms. All right, and then we've got Cavern of Tog. A bunch of Bakemono. Cool. And then Black Forest. All right, we've got the Rumveti, we've got the Thrims Herdings, got the Goad with the Smasher. Trying to make sure everyone gets blessed. It's gonna roll whatever PD that is. In Ostrung, we've got Shenu attacking Jotunheim. Couple of Uba. Alright. Then in Durland. Alright, this is the Drog group mixing with the Sacred group. So these are two raiding parties combining to kill one PD. Where was that? Wait. That was Durland. Alright, then in Laria, we've got this Glamour Mage. It looks like this is meant to gem burn in some ways, but this lady was also raiding on her own. And this guy's already holding some gem reloads. But some of the gems have been distributed. So we've got some earth gems. And some... Oh, and this one's got the glamour gems. So let's go ahead and see what she does. She does nothing because she gets stunned. Alright. So kills that lady. Then in Anasia, I should see if they ended up spending their earth gems though. Yeah, so we did get Steel Slice warriors, so that did indeed gem burn. And then in Assad, alright, we got a Morgan champion. Alright, clears out that PD. Cool. So, taking a look here, we've got Pythium striking through the caves. Yes, finishing off this cave. Agartha raiding down in here, striking back against Yes a bit. Or I guess Jotunheim. So, a whole bunch of Bakemono clearing out this Jotunheim group. And then I think that's most of it. Coming up to the overland map. All right, so we'll start here. We've got a Machaca line of raids here. And I'm trying to find I guess like the stealthy raid. Oh, it was down here in Witch Haven. Now there is a fort under construction in this province. So I think Pythium will indeed let this fort go under siege, which it looks like Shinyama is setting up to put it under siege. And I think Pythium will try to defend Feral Woods here from this group of black hunters to defend the fort construction, because it also might be almost done. He's got it up to 21 PD now. So I think this is an obvious spot that Pythium's going to try to defend. And then maybe this can be divided out here in a way that where you can kill some of this stuff, or you pick one and try to kill it. Looks like the golem landed in here, and then black hunters moved in after. It's a lot of gem income he's taking off of Pythium, though. Yeah, an Academy of Magic here, too. So Earth 2 mages on Pythium. Alright. And then, I guess, rolling down to Pythium's southern front. So, oh, they were able to map move too. So they combined, or some stuff was here patrolling, and then other stuff maybe moved in. Okay. Yeah, there's 120 troops here. So maybe this rescripts and becomes a new army. This army is fighting in this area, trying to prevent Yes from running around and Pythium running around. So it's a pretty busy army. It's got a lot to do. It's got 3 different forts it's trying to defend, plus this tree. Pythium's other side, this army is dangerously exposed, and it's a pretty large one, 320 troops. It kind of got pinged a little bit this turn. So we're looking at 30, like 40 mages, basically. And only 8 communicants left. You've got 20 Great Eagles, 130 Emerald Guard. So I'm not... I mean, sure, you've cracked in Cyrna, but I'm not sure what taking in Cyrna gets you. It looks like this entire Shinyama army has come over to the first circle, or first forest. And maybe it's got, in my mind, one logical move, which is it's going to run onto Encirna and take that fight, and you've lost all your retreat routes. So that's what these raids are doing. I imagine there might be a small raid here trying to clear out this retreat route as well. So I think this army is in mortal peril. What can you do with it? I don't think you necessarily want to storm in Cyrna. I mean, you can, but maybe a better move is you move here. You can take the fight with whatever. You can probably kill a lot of this stuff, and then at least you've got Glen of Iron that you can make your way back to. Maybe you just try to shorten the Pythium front lines here. You do have some conveniently placed lakes on both sides of Shinyama that kind of shorten the front lines a bit. And then, yeah, and then up here, managed to actually get out here and try and defend this and patrol out some heretics. This front is pretty quiet, though. This could be a situation where if you're Pythium, now that you're fighting Machaka, if Shinyama is interested in peace, maybe you could get a peace deal with Shinyama. Maybe something where, maybe Pythium kind of keeps this, maybe gives up this province to Shenu. And then, you've got this long straight border here that you could just kind of keep stable. But then I don't know necessarily who else Shinyama would fight. They'd probably have to fight Agartha. So I think Shenu's kind of in this. The easiest person to piece out might be Agartha, because as Pythium, you don't have a huge border with them anymore. You've only got this little border here. Yeah, just that. And then I guess there's like whatever this clusterfuck is. So maybe things quiet down. Maybe you don't need to piece out Agartha, but maybe they certainly could quiet down. I think it should be possible to piece out Agartha. Agartha mainly did it to save Shinyama, and now Machaka's attacking, so maybe you could get a short-term peace with Pythium. I think a fair amount of damage has been done, and that should give Agartha some freedom to finish off Jotunheim, finish off, or attempt to kill Yes. I don't want to say finish off. There was this battle here, or wait, not there. Somewhere else? Oh, I assumed it was on the fort. Was it here? No, this was a raid. Scarce Hope Waste. Am I blind? Just not seeing it. Okay, where? Gray Barrier? Oh, it was here. Okay. So Agartha took the fight here. So that, oh, okay. So I see now. He wants to, with this victory, he should be able to push towards Oceania. Okay, I thought this was over this fort here. But the earthquake trap is just kind of bleeding out, and it's still not cracked. Okay. And then we've got more, just tremendous numbers of Marrow militia. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe with this new entrant, maybe that gives Agartha and Pythium some room to feel like they can declare peace, because they're both fighting 3 different players right now. So Agartha's fighting Jotunheim, yes, and Pythium. Pythium's fighting Machaka, Agartha, and Shinyama. So I would think maybe as 2 of the bigger belligerents, the 2 that are getting bled out the most, maybe they can make some sort of peace agreement here and try to finish off some of their respective wars. But Pythium's probably feeling obligated to Yis, because they helped bring them in. And Agartha might be feeling obligated to like Jotunheim and Shinyama. They probably talked a lot. So I'm not sure if we'll see peace, but this seems like it would be a good turn where you wouldn't have a lot of border to negotiate. Maybe it just gets quiet for a bit. There's kind of like an understood peace without a formal arrangement. We'll see. All right. And then I've been blabbering on long enough. So this turn, get declines from Pythium and Agartha and province counts. Agartha's down a lot. Machaka's up. Yes is up. So this war is between Pythium and Agartha has been mutually destructive. Forts. We've got Agartha and yes. Agartha has fallen on the Sword of Game state to prevent Pythium from getting out of control, but what does it cost Agartha? Income. Agartha's income is plummeting. Pythium's income is down, but they've still got the lead. Gem income, it's Pythium and yes. And then Agartha and Shinyu are kind of tied. Machaka's up a lot this turn with their new provinces. Research, still the same. Dominion, down a little bit for Pythium. Army size, Agartha took a beating this turn. This looks like their largest beating to date. So we can see what their attrition is. And then Yis lost a lot of stuff too. This looks like most of their northern army. So yeah, maybe we see what does this mean? So Agartha lost 144 troops there. All right, so 50. Lost 38 there. So maybe we could round up some of the other raids. I don't know. Yeah, we'll call it like 100, I guess. Then they lose 144, so like 250. Oh, that's it. Is it really that much? I guess size point wise, it must have been worse than normal. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, that's it for this turn. Looks like we have a lot of excitement queued up. We've got this Siege of Renthale. We've got this Siege of Incirna, along with the large armies moving in the area. So we got this large Agarthan army moving around, maybe threatening Jotunheim. We've got the Jotunheim army on the move, what's left of it. You know, these 2 armies could fight. We've got maybe some combat here between Pythium and Agartha. We'll see. They might just calm down a bit too. But yeah, I think that's it for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.